The European Union is defying the United States warning to ban Chinese telecom giant Huawei as its potential 5G network provider. The European Union has decided instead to call on countries to share more data to help stop cybersecurity risks related to those 5G networks. Despite the U.S. campaign against Huawei, the Chinese company says they have seen no impact on their sales. Joining us tonight to assess all that is going on in, cyberspace and, of course, in international politics, Morgan Wright, former senior advisor in the State Department's Anti-Terrorism Assistance Program, former law enforcement advisor to the Republican National Committee, cybersecurity expert. Great to have you with us. Morgan,
hey, Lou.
How you doing? This is, to me, stunning to see that the United States has not had an impact on Huawei's expansion into friendly networks of U.S. allies, particularly the European Union.
Look, we have met the enemy, and it is Huawei, and it is China. Make no doubt about that. You know, right now, Lou, Huawei, through access to unlimited capital from the Chinese government, the communist government, has over half the patents in 5G right now. They're putting it in everything. Look, you've got in Boston, the Metropolitan Transport up there is buying all of the trains that are equipped that are coming from China. Same thing down here in Metro. All of this technology, guess what? It's built in for cyber spying, for cyber espionage, because that's what the Chinese do. This is the frog and the scorpion parable all over again. Why do they do it? Because this is what they do. Every company in China is expected to work with the intelligence agencies, and it's called civil-military infusion. All of the artificial intelligence that's being built by Google, actually, in Shanghai, in their lab right there, I guarantee you, is ending up in the hands of the Chinese military.
Let's, if we could please, let's listen to Patrick Shanahan, the acting defense secretary, on this very issue before the House Armed Services Committee.
You're talking about a country that has a clear history of cyber espionage. We're talking about a country with predatory economics. We're talking about looking at people having to have a social credit. That part of doing business over there is you have to share data.
Have to share data. In fact, that is partly an element of the talks going on between the United States and China on the trade partnership, the relationship. Your thoughts about what Shanahan is saying, that we're talking about the United States Defense Department, for crying out loud, having no impact on our allies whatsoever, apparently.
Yeah, this is going to be a subject of my column coming out in the Hill next week, Lou. And I dive into this hearing. I dive into the one where Sundar Pichai came in and testified before the House Judiciary Committee. Look, we are giving, if this was World War II, we're now feeding the Germans the weapons and the ammunition to shoot us with. We're giving these guys everything. And I'm concerned like you are. It's called the Five Eyes Alliance, the United States, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. At least the Five Eyes Alliance should be united behind this to keep Huawei out of our infrastructure. They did it with 3Com. They did it with the National Public Safety Broadband Network called FirstNet. We've kept Huawei out of a lot of other things. Why we can't keep them out of a lot of this infrastructure? It will only lead to problems and issues because this is what China does over and over again. They steal our IP. It's called the 3 Rs. They rob us of it, they replicate it, and then they replace U.S. companies with our own technology.
Which they've been doing for a quarter century now. Morgan, if you will, give us your best assessment. Is the United States simply incapable of carrying out attacks against China's cyber assets, their systems, their networks?
No, here's the difference. I think we're really good at it. The difference is when you look at Reporters Without Borders and the Freedom Index, China and Russia rank way at the bottom. You know, we're still farther up the scale. Not great, obviously, considering the findings that just came out. But still, we have much more transparency. So when there's an attack, we hear about it. When there's an attack over there, you get the death sentence if you give information about details like that. So I think we're very effective over there. It's just that that information is not being reported, and we're not declassifying some of those victories we were having in cyberspace to where we are making an impact. But look, these guys are, but what we don't do is we don't rob intellectual property out of commercial firms the way China does to us. So that's the big difference between how this game is played.
And the reality is that we're talking about the theft through primarily in cyberspace, the digital assets of $500 billion a year in some instances carried out by the Chinese from the United States. If we're so good at it, Why aren't we stopping them? Why is it
look,
a matter of negotiation rather than a matter of national defense being asserted?
Well, it should be. You know, if this were a football, you'd have a coach saying, hey, we're great on offense, but we suck on defense. Right now, I think when you and I last talked with Gordon Chang, we talked about some of the defense contractors.
Yep.
The state of cybersecurity is just pathetic. That's where we've got to make an impact. We've got to make an impact on our own defense right now. Keep them from breaking in and stealing the stuff. Raise the cost of an attack so high that from an economic standpoint, it forces them to scale back or stop the attacks on us. Right now, it's just easy peasy. They walk right in. They're stealing us blind.
Inexcusable, inexplicable. Morgan Wright, always good to have you with us. And you're going to write that column next week in The Hill, is that correct?
Yeah, it's in for edit right now, and so it'll be coming out next week.
I'm kidding you. I'm just trying to promote it in a very soft and gentle way there.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Morgan Wright, as always, good to have you with us.
You bet.